Hi everybody and welcome to my build of the Academy 172nd B-29A. This is the Enola Gay and Boxcar nuclear bomber version. As you can see, there's no defensive armament. This will be converted into a Tu-4 Bull. Inside, however, it is a standard B-29 kit. This is probably the largest kit I've ever built, and it starts with a forward cabin with about 20 parts to stick together. Most of them won't be seen once it's built. It's well designed though and goes together quite well. The two cabins, forward and aft, are joined by an access tunnel, which again will not be seen. As usual, I mixed my own version of that colour used in Soviet aircraft of the time, and I think I did more research on this aircraft than any build I've ever done. Detail painting though, only the simplest of details will be blocked in, as most of it will be hidden. The wings were not a great fit, they were quite warped and left huge gaps, but I'm a modeller not an assembler, so I can fix that. The bay doors also left large gaps. I guess this is because they are only really designed to be posed open and not closed as I'm posing them. The side windows are held in with super glue, but as one of them was way too big, I had to hold that in place with tape first and then take it off when it had dried. The rear gunner ones were a much better fit. The internals were quite tight because you've got 3 individual connected items to fit into the fuselage, but after a bit of tweaking they all fit. To avoid the same big gap on the second wing, I glued the trailing edge into the wing first before gluing the two parts together, meaning any gap that is there will be underneath and hidden a little bit. The engine nacelles were much nicer to put together. The engines themselves will get a simple metal coat and then a black wash, because they will also be mostly hidden away. The bulkhead behind the engine can be seen below the engine, so I just paint that black so it looks like shadows. And then my most useful tool, a hairdryer. It might be pink, but it still does the job. Roofing lead is used to stop it tail sitting, and I just had to get the right balance so I didn't put too much in and damage the delicate gear. The side windows appear to be a little bit raised off the surface, and they should be flush. So I sanded them down with a coarse sander, and then getting finer and finer sanders and polishers to bring it back to a transparent looking window. Perfect. A little bit of filler is all that's needed around the engine nacelles, and the excess is removed with a clay shaper. Forward fuselage took a lot of repeated sanding and filling to get it to look right, so I had to rescribe those panel lines. I usually like to make my own masks, but with this big greenhouse canopy I've decided to buy a commercial set because there's lots of individual windows. A quick coat of clear ensures that they are well sealed where I might not have sealed them down well enough, and also will protect them if I use super glue to fix them into place. There are a few large gaps around the glass parts as well, but they can be sorted out in time. be on to painting, but not before I've fixed the landing gear that were damaged in the kit. To prepare the model for painting, I'll clean it with IPA. This is because I've handled it a lot during construction and I want to get rid of the oils that might have come from my hand and been put onto the kit. Vallejo metal colours are designed to be used with a gloss black primer. This gives a very shiny result. I don't want it too shiny, and so I'm using my standard grey Stynylrez instead, and it only needs a light coat. The exhausts are done in a darker Vallejo metal colour steel. Last of the small parts is the gear and the wheels. The gear will be white with a black wash, and the wheels will be a German grey, likewise with a black wash. The decals are from the Hobby Boss 148 MiG-17, but they look about the right size for this kit, and I can also use the registration number. So there we have it, my 1/72 scale TU4 bull, made from the B29A kit from Academy. The only real difference between the bull and the Stratofortress is that the Soviet version had 23mm cannons instead of 50 cals in its gun turrets. There are of course some parts of this model that I'm not happy with. There always will be in every model, but overall I think it looks the part. As I said during construction, I think this is the largest model I've ever built, and I have absolutely nowhere to put it. I'm really glad I bought the canopy mask for this kit, as masking all the individual windows would have been a nightmare and I probably wouldn't have done as good a job. This was originally an entry for my Warsaw Pact vs NATO group build, but has ended up being finished for the Doom and Daunting Builds group build instead. But I like the way it's come out, and so thank you for watching, and until next time, keep modelling and have fun.